So you're more of a drinking liquid person versus like a sipper.
Yeah, mouth pleasure.
She bitches at me because I'll take one drink of her like
anything and it's halfway gone.
Oh, you got big swallows.
See, that's the same face I get. Thank you.
I know. I see him eat sometimes, and I want to vomit.
Yeah.
So.
There's a new trend on TikTok where.
Welcome to KAWmedy Krow Podcast, where we put the Ka in comedy.
It's welcome to the KAWmedy Krow Podcast, episode 23. No season. I'm your host, Christopher Keith Tyler.
Season 1.
It's been 20 episodes since episode 3, which was when Raffi was on the show. So we have Raffi and his lovely co-partner, Maddie. Give it up for every... Yeah. We're doing a couples edition today with four mics. This is exciting. And then my lovely life partner and crime and everything that matters most to me, that supports me in all my weird dreams and fantasies and pink hat wearing and in my man bun clasped head. Amy Cork, everybody. Give it up for Amy. She's so wonderful.
I love you.
We have our beers and we're having a good time. Now, let's get to know the two of you at the same time. This is really exciting. This is new for Amy and I. First off, Maddie, what got you into doing stand-up after when Raffi started? What sparked? You were like, what was it?
Partially competitive, not gonna lie. And then the other part of me was he would ask me after every open mic, hey, how'd I do? And I didn't think it was fair to criticize him.
Yeah.
And so until I did it myself. So I was like, fuck it. We got to Derby's one night and I just wrote down a couple little things and went up there and I think I did maybe like a minute and a half and it kind of like got bit by the bug and I fell in love with it. So
There's so many stories about the bug. Yeah. When you get bit, you're bit for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to taste the blood.
Become a vampire. Yeah.
What was after that happened? Like, what was it like at home? Like, did you guys
constantly like, babe, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Just bouncing off ideas off each other.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also we've always kind of been like just shit talking in the house has always been like a must for us. So it kind of just made it to where it kind of elevated our shit talking to each other that much more.
Nice. Okay. Have you ever thought about doing a duet?
I would love that. And I'm currently in the process of writing one.
All right.
So
Raffi?
Hopefully soon.
What about you?
She's writing it all. Okay. I'm a terrible writer, dude. She's like the best writer ever. Yeah. I just usually take life events and try to make them funny on stage.
Yeah. I like the
Chris
idea.
is kind of like that too. Like he does the storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on like observations and memories usually.
Yeah.
Or real life because wow.
Yeah.
Everything happens to him.
Yeah. When you're out and about together, does comedy come to you? Like not like in the thought, but like people at the store. Do you have opportunities where you're both like nudging? Do you nudge each other?
He jumps on it way more than I do. He's so much more extroverted than I am. At the store, I'm like, grab my shit, get out, and he is very much like he wants to talk and jump to everybody he can. So yeah.
Yeah.
My AirPods are in. Nothing's actually playing in them. It's just like kind of like a signal of don't talk to me.
Right. Or just go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like the AirPods are the new like.
Leave me the
Bluetooth.
fuck alone.
Remember back in the day, you'd have the Bluetooth.
The blinking light.
Yeah, I think I still have one somewhere.
The first time I ever saw one of those, it was like I was at a Arco gas station in Lake Elsinore over by the Storm Stadium, and it was late at night, and this person was just like going to town, like talking while they were pumping, and I was like, are they crazy? And I went and looked, and they had no thing in their ears. And I was like, oh shit. Like,
they are crazy.
Yeah, they are crazy.
But it's Lake Elsinore,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
We're done with this conversation.
There's a lot of people talking to themselves in Lake Elsinore.
Yeah, that water. Yeah, it'll do. I used to do. I lived a long time in Lake Elsinore.
Ditto.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Amy was Canyon Lake. She was the upper class versus me.
No, because my dad lived in Canyon Lake, and then when my brother and I moved out, we moved to Elsinore.
Okay.
And right off of what was Casino Drive. So I was there for a while and then moved. I don't even know where. Where did I go? Oh, I left.
Yeah, Menifee. Yeah, you were still in Menifee.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. And then I lived over by Terracotta Middle School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over by Lakeshore, I
I
guess.
used to fuck that area up all the time.
How so with a
How do you
truck?
do that?
I probably tried to fucking break into your car as a kid, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That was you. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was always hanging with the I liked the stimulus. I was I got in mischief.
Yeah, dude.
I was a mischievous guy.
The trouble always found me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's what Chris says
put
too.
that one on
But
record.
now I'm really starting not to believe him.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I know the truth.
Yeah. And then I would. Who was it that performs at the twins that perform at derbies often?
That is Corey and Chad.
Corey and
The
Chad.
Smash Brothers.
Right. I could see both of you doing like an argumentative couple.
Yes,
Like
that's-
tag teaming, fighting over the microphone. You know what I mean? Like handing it to one another.
I
That'd be cool.
eventually hit her with the microphone.
Then we need 2 microphones. Okay.
Yeah.
It could still work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Choking each other with the,
Yeah.
With the cord,
mic
yeah.
cord.
She'll
and-
like that.
All right. That's cool.
I just had so much to say in my head. Just a split second. I can't repeat that.
No, that's okay. Everything flies here. And then, do you guys have a podcast, correct? Do you both
So-
talk on it together?
Well, the thing is I just haven't pulled the trigger on actually doing it. We've recorded a few episodes, but nothing's ever been uploaded or anything like that. But yeah,
Gotcha.
we both get on it.
But
Oh.
we'll just sit there at the kitchen table and knowing we're not going to upload it, we'll just sit there in our mics and just kind of practice and have some beers and talk shit. So,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still working the things out. You know, we had a buddy over to do a podcast with us, and we probably sat there for an hour and a half talking into the mics. And we're like, all right, we're going to wrap it up. And we'd never hit play. So I was
hit
like, well,
record.
that's a waste. Or record, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's a waste.
Yeah.
Guess good practice though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's fun to, like, a lot of people don't like the sound of their own voice. I was one of those type
Yep.
where I hated the sound of my voice. And then it wasn't until I was on a podcast called Silly Ass Podcast back in like 2010. No, it was like 2010. Yeah. With Jamal Coleman. And that's when I got to, I'm wearing headphones. I can
Yeah.
hear myself. Like, this is different than stand-up.
Totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, and I grew to enjoy the sound of my own voice. That doesn't sound egotistical,
Not at all.
whatever. But yeah, and then I always admired like what's his I'm having a brain fart. Famous radio on XM Sirius with the
Oh, you're talking about Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. He puts
my
the
God.
microphone really
Yes,
close,
yeah.
and like he has that nice warm, rich sound.
But it's his mic too, I think. But he's always kind of had, I guess, a really warm, welcoming
Yeah, nice
voice.
warm voice. Yeah, like in this movie where he was just doing the bass and that girl was sitting on the amp, just
Yeah.
getting off.
Oh. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. But when I saw that movie, I was like, I like this idea of doing radio shows. But no, that's cool. Now, do you are you guys having any plans upcoming with comedy together? Have you ever thought about? When are you going to perform together? That's what I want. I want to see you guys. Come on.
As soon as this duet's done, because it is an argumentative skit.
Okay.
And then I had a couple of ideas for like some improv for us and everything. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just like acting out an argument. Because, I look back at our arguments and they're stupid and funny. You know, I'm like, we're yelling with the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like her
it
having
either
to
makes
fix her fucking nail.
it either makes
fix
people
her fucking
uncomfortable It either makes people uncomfortable and they're like, huh,
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
That's cool.
So as soon as I get that all done, I definitely want to do something like that.
Okay.
Coming up here shortly. So.
Yeah, I love spitballing. I'm imagining both of you doing something where you have an idea of what you want to do, but then it goes off the rails because Raffi's not doing it the way you want.
Yeah.
But this is all part of it.
Yes.
That's the thing is like you're trying to do the sketch. He's not doing it properly, and it turns into an argument, but there's actually jokes formulated into it.
Oh, I like that.
That'd
That's
be fun.
dope.
Where,
That would be fun.
it'd be fun. I think you guys could pull it off.
That's cool.
What would you call yourselves? Like if you had like a team, like
He
a,
looks like he has an idea. I don't.
like the
Oh, please share.
Yeah, please do.
because there's like
Yeah.
the Smash
I know.
Brothers.
I think I think Ricky and Lucy would be pretty fucking cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think you could probably switch it around. Maybe it's
She could be Ricky though.
yeah.
I mean, it's 2024.
Lucky and Rookie,
There we go.
Lucky
Yeah,
and
see.
Licky. Yeah,
There we go.
Licky and
Licky
yeah,
and Sucky.
yeah, Licky and Sucky. Or whatever. Oh my god.
It's like Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah.
Dude, we're coming up with this shit right now.
All right. That's
On
what
the
this.
fly.
That's how
Yeah.
this is. Yeah, we're getting it down. We're formulating this. I believe in you. I think
Right?
you guys are a wonderful couple. You guys have you go well together.
Thank
You
you.
exude teamwork.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We try.
Well, that's-
Yeah, no, it's a
We tried
powerful
really hard.
Yeah.
tool
Yeah.
to get shit done.
And what's your? While we're at it, what is you? Do you have a favorite Solaris beer by chance? Do you have a go-to? Are you a slushy fan or
So with me is I like the intimate lighting.
intimate lighting?
Yeah, I like their weaker beers. Like
Lighter?
their- yeah,
The light.
the lighter.
Yeah, that's okay.
They do a great job.
I'm what the real men call a pussy.
Oh. Okay.
Or Amy.
Amy's a real man. Oh, that's cool.
I like those wine barrel aged ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
I'm currently into, I think it's called Purple Flowers.
Yeah.
And then the
Delish.
seltzer, the tangerine one.
Oh my God.
It's like I want to put champagne in that and have a fucked up mimosa for breakfast.
It's a pretty fucked up mimosa.
Like it is so good.
It's strangely good because so I try not to drink too much beer because I am a little bit gluten sensitive,
Okay.
and there's some days like I can tell like my face will be red, but so I do love their seltzers. Yeah, that white noise. I love
It's
ginger.
like a Moscow Mule. It's
Oh my
so
god!
good.
And the tangerine, it has this fouffant of vanilla.
Yes.
So oh my god,
It's
it's like
amazing.
so addicting.
It is. They were out of it one week, and I almost like stomped my foot type of
Yeah,
tantrum. Like,
they had
I'm
zero
so
seltzers.
upset. I was so upset.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah.
Their beer's so addicting.
It
I think
is.
there was a lot of people that were so upset that they were rolling out tangerine when it was like still baking. Like,
Yeah.
it was like half baked, but people were like, "Give it to me!" Like,
Yeah. I just remember seeing it was during Comedy Festival. There was a gal that got the tangerine and she took a sip of it. She was about to sit down outside. She took a sip of it and she's like, oh my God. Like you could just see, I just saw in the distance. I didn't even hear her, but you could just read her mannerisms and her her mouth movements and this, oh my God.
She's
I
like,
was
"Everybody gather around."
I really
Get-
don't think I've ever had a moment like that with any other drink besides this tangerine seltzer. Like it's
Yeah.
so mind-boggling
I
to
think
me how good it
that's
is.
got to feel cool for Chad,
Chad,
right?
yeah,
That's the
Chad.
owner, dude.
Yeah.
Like, because he's got some pretty good tasting fucking beers, man.
Dude.
And for him to like actually be making those like on the fly himself, dude, he
Mm-hmm.
must feel good when he sees
People
what you're describing
reacting.
when they're just like fucking. They just take one sip and fucking. Oh my god.
It's like a
Yeah.
Mentos commercial.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like when I smoke a brisket, dude. It's like
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's cool. Now, what's for me? For me, Bill Burr reference.
yeah.
Fucking,
Fuck yeah, I love Bill Burr.
all right, yeah, Bill Burr. You hear that, Bill Burr? You're bringing us together. No, at Solaris, like I can have any more than 2 beers, like I like the Eagles Crossing. It's a 10% or like
Christ.
8% to 10%.
Yeah.
That's where I like to stay. But I'll only have 2.
That's what I was going to ask.
If I
How
do,
many?
yeah, if I go to 3, I'm like sweating through the night. It's
Okay.
too hot.
Yeah.
My body can't digest it. How many Bud Lights is your magic number?
Oh,
Did you just go through 2 in 10 minutes
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's a thirsty boy.
I will. I can put away some fucking Bud Lights. So my record is I did 43 beers on a fishing trip.
Okay.
From 5 in the morning to about 5 in the afternoon.
Whoa.
12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. 43.
On a fishing trip. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're easy. I mean, it's like drink. How many water bottles can you do? And like, yeah.
Right. So, but
It's like a buzzed hydration.
dude, and that's why I like to drink them because I have tried the heavy beers. So on 420 a few years ago, they had this special at the bar for the Art of Dankness was the name of the beer. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It was like a fucking 9-point something beer. It was insane, dude. And I was like, oh, it's fucking, the Art of Dankness. I even got a cup and everything, right? So, and I was fucking drinking these things like I drink Bud Lights.
Right.
And they were like 9.0s. I drank 4 of them, dude, and I was like falling on my face. It was not cool.
Right.
So after...
So you're more of a drinking liquid person versus like a sipper.
Yeah, mouth pleasure.
She bitches at me because I'll take one drink of her like
Anything, and it's halfway gone.
Oh, you got big swallows.
See? That's the same face I get. Thank you.
I know. I
Thank
see
you.
him eat sometimes, and I want to vomit.
Yeah.
So
There's a new trend on TikTok where couples. I saw this trend recently where the girlfriend,
girls.
the woman or
Oh, yeah, that's
spouse
good.
will
try
put
to
a
keep up with the man.
yeah. And I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that's probably what I look like.
Yes,
It's definitely what
it
you look
is.
like.
Yeah.
I still watch you eat sometimes, unfortunately.
It'll be to the extreme of we make our plates at the same time, and I'm a little bit more meticulous with my plate, I guess you could say. And he's done, and by the time I sit down on the couch, his plate's devoured and he's going back for seconds.
Right.
I'm like, how does your tummy not hurt? Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm gonna say it's not good for you.
no.
Yeah. I blame it on my when I was a kid, I lived with an Italian family. I was not Italian. But
Were you adopted?
no, I wasn't. No, my mom had remarried an Italian family called the Alacqua family in Georgia, and I was a finicky, scrawny little kid with a huge head, and I would just not eat my food.
Yeah.
And they would always say like, hurry up, eat your food. You can't get up till you hurry. And like I wouldn't hurry, but then once I became like a teenager or something, it was like I had to like catch up or something.
Yeah.
And then I just always ate. And then when Devin was born, you start, like Louis C.K. says, like you're a parent when you're eating over the sink. Like you can't, you're just always, you don't have time to sit down. Like you're always on the move. And so now I just eat really fast. And I know that like you have to chew your food till it's liquid. And but I enjoy that when it gets stuck.
Like, I like that gulp.
I like when it gets
that
stuck.
anticipation of, is this going to go down?
Do you ever have that
long
where?
time.
Do you ever get it stuck in the esophagus and you have to like drink liquid to
I think I'm
push it
starting
down?
to figure out why I have stomach problems.
I'm loving this podcast.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
It's
We're
like
all
being
learning new things
saved.
about ourselves.
Wait, how many of you guys have your food get stuck in your esophagus?
It's happened,
I
but
don't.
not like all the time.
Have you ever swallowed like a whole ice cube? And it like
What's the
Yeah,
size?
I could say that.
like a
Depends on the size of the ice cube.
It's happened.
Yeah, like an ice cube, like
And
an
that
ice cube out of a
melts.
tray, or
But
an
that,
ice
it
cube
hurts
out of
when it's melting.
out of a crushed thing.
no
from fucking
tray,
AM,
big
PM.
old
The big one.
yeah, the big ice cube. That was when I was a kid. I would swallow whole ice cubes.
Okay.
Thankfully, they melt.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm confessing, yeah, I would. But
Paint chips much?
yeah, my brain didn't develop till I was 25.
Yeah.
Like I'll admit that. I was a late bloomer for sure. If I bloomed. I don't know if I bloomed or not.
I'll be honest, dude. I thought girls peed out of the big hole till I was about 22.
The big hole.
22.
Yeah.
The big hole, the butthole?
No, the
Oh, the vagina.
Yeah, the vagina.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. You're like, hey, at least you learned. You know, and
Everything's
you can
okay.
Yeah, everything's okay.
You're in a safe place.
You're in a safe place on the internet.
not according to my brothers, dude. They made fun of me so hard.
How did they find out?
We were on a podcast.
Came back around.
Food is a pleasure. Then I found out about like mukbangs, and I'm like, how is that a market? There's a market for ASMR, and there's a market for mukbangs, and people like to listen to people chew.
But why do I find myself trapped in those videos every time it comes up on my page?
I just heard about this from the Hawk Tua girl. What's a mukbang?
No, mukbang.
Mukbang.
What is that?
It's when a large group of people, usually more than 2 to 6 or so many people, eat usually a whole table
Like a
covered in
spread.
like French fries from McDonald's, and they're just talking and they're eating like a mass amount of food. And they're called mukbang videos. MUKBANG. I think there's an H in there somewhere, but yeah, mukbangs.
My algorithm is completely different than yours. Dude.
I just
Chris
know
gets
about
the
it.
weird shit, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I find fascination in the strange things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? Wait, there's something. What is this? And so I'll go dig it up.
And they're making money off of it too.
Yeah.
Which is,
Good for them. Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
congratulations in this tough world.
You can't ever get mad at somebody's hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because they're hustling and they're actually doing it and they're making money. So it's almost like, what do you have to say?
Right.
I've been reading this book, The Art of War.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're like
Sun Tzu.
they're fighting against their resistance. That's one of the first 5 chapters of that goddamn book.
Okay.
Right. Instead of be like water, it's you're resisting.
Yeah.
But
sense.
it's telling you more to be like water instead of resisting against all
Right.
that bullshit.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. You're reading that book. I think I got halfway through.
I don't read. I listen to it's on audiobook. I have a hard time. I can read. I'm not illiterate, but I can't retain the information that I read because of my
Brain.
I think my brain, I read it faster than my brain can fucking actually take it in.
Yeah.
I used to have to, when I was doing pharmacy tech school, I used to have to read as though I was reading a novel. So I would have to put the images in my head in order for me to remember. That might be a neat trick to try, or use your finger and do this.
Yeah, you have to touch the words.
And you read twice as fast.
I think
It's crazy.
that's why I can do the audiobooks, because if I'm listening to them, I can legitimately play it out in my head. I get to make my own scenarios. Sometimes I almost get into car accidents, but it's okay.
Yeah, but you're listening to them while you're driving, though. I mean, clearly you can't read and drive. So
Right. Yeah.
Do you think it has anything to do with you English being your second language?
Could be. It could be.
Are both of you bilingual?
No.
I
Okay.
pretend I am.
Oh, see, now that would be fun if in your couples duet, every once in a while you throw in some Spanish jab at her.
Dude, it's
and
the funniest when I yell at her in Spanish and because I will go off on her in a store, but instead of yelling at her in English, I just yell at her in Spanish. And she's like, "What are you doing, dude? I don't understand what you're saying."
That's interesting.
gives you every right to just walk away.
Oh, yeah, but he has the money. He's buying my groceries, Amy. Come on.
All right, there's only so many things you can put up with. Yeah.
When you were talking about the reading, I tried listening to an audiobook one time and I hated the narrator.
Yes,
the
that's
voice
my
was.
biggest
I was
issue.
like, "Fuck this, dude! I don't like the way you read," and I couldn't. I'm like, "I'll read it myself."
Yeah.
And it ended up turning into an inspiration for me to pick up a book again.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I like to hear my own voice in my head. I don't want to hear this chick."
It's so funny because when I was growing up, I was not a very good reader. I couldn't retain any information. I think honestly, like I have like undiagnosed like ADHD or something, OCD. Yeah, for sure. But interestingly, and it was all throughout school. It was so hard for me. And then when I got to my mid-20s, I was like, dude, I want to be smart. Reading books allows you to be smart, right? So that was my idea in my head. I started just reading random books, and I got better and better. And there was points where like I would just read all day. And then now that like we have more phone access, and now that, you know, we're so busy, like, dude, I can't sit there and read. And that's what sucks. I want to so bad. I have a George Carlin book I haven't read yet.
I'm one of the type where I'll be reading a book and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm reading. And I have to go back and start over. Like I'm like, what?
That's me too.
I'll read all the words, but nothing stuck, like what you're saying. Yeah. And then I'll have to start over and read it again. And I'm like, focus. I have like a narrator, like, come on, Chris, you can do it. Like, like read the words.
Dude, I've never been I've legitimately read probably 4 books ever in my life. Like that worm book. Do you remember the worm book when you were a little kid?
Oh yeah. Was it the
worm?
The chameleon worm? Wait.
Oh, wait, you're talking about one of those hard pages?
Yes. He's talking about the children's
And your
book.
finger is the worm?
Yeah. Yes.
I read that worm book. Okay.
Yeah.
I read The Giving Tree. Do you remember The
Yeah,
Giving Tree?
it's a green.
Clifford.
It's a sad story.
Super
It's
sad.
really
Super
sad.
The Giving Tree, and then I don't know if you ever read The Giver.
The Giver.
The
There's
Giver's
the Giving Tree, and then there's the Giver.
The Giver, yeah. So that's it's like about
Is
a
that
future
some- yeah.
world where like color doesn't even exist or anything,
Whoa.
and but only one person can see color, and that person basically becomes the giver or whatever, and he actually gets memories of the past. But it's a very interesting book. I read that one, and then To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, that was a rough book for me to read. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Please, what was the order of these? You went start with the worm.
The caterpillar
and
was
then
definitely
and then because there's the tree book, and then there's the worm book, which is part similar to like a tree.
Those are both when I was a kid. I read both
Right.
of those, and then when I got into like 8th grade is when we read
Mockingbird?
The Giver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then To Kill a Mockingbird was, I'm pretty sure it was 9th or 10th grade. Either
Yeah.
way.
Wasn't there like a part 2 of The Giver called The Receiver? I had that in my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had to let it out like a fart.
I'm rubbing off my stupid dad jokes are finally rubbing off on Amy.
Yeah.
She's
They're
doing
very impactful.
It's always good. It's always good, dude. It's always good to just have a little giggle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an itch. Like, I'm like, I gotta say it. I have to say the thing.
That's how it was like when Hector was doing his set on Monday.
Which Hector?
Montana?
Cowboy Hector. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, guess who's? Because he's like, oh, my wife kicked me out. I've been at a place for 2 months, but I'm happy because guess who's not picking up the dog shit? And I was like, or guess who's picking up the dog shit? I was like, your fucking neighbor.
That's right. It was. Yeah. You. Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
It was like because like it was a comic heckling.
Yeah.
Another
fella comic.
yeah.
But like everyone enjoyed it. It was funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
I like it.
Now.
Shout out to Hector.
Right, Cowboy Hector. We're talking about. He's right now. He's just like so happy. Now, let's jump right into. Well, I want to know more about Maddie, though.
What do you wanna know?
Okay, where were you born?
Grand Junction, Colorado.
Me too.
Whoa.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Grand
Fuck yeah.
St. Mary's Hospital.
St. fucking Mary's Hospital.
Yeah, my grandma was a nurse there.
How crazy.
What year were you born?
97.
Okay, 82.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one of the meth capitals of the world.
It really is.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say, Raffi?
I said, damn.
What
What
at
a
the age
small
gap?
world.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, when did you move back here?
Oh,
Or here?
I was just a baby. So my mom literally had birth and then moved out to California. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I grew up like my teenage years out in San Diego. So that, I would say most of my life was spent out in San Diego.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful
crazy.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, she actually went to high school with Corey Coogan.
I did.
Corey
No
Coogan.
shit.
Yeah.
That is a
Nice.
trip.
Yeah. Small
That's
world again.
cool.
I remember seeing him at Solaris over and over again. I'm like, I know him. And I brought up my yearbook one night. I'm like, there's that fucker. He's right there. Like, we didn't know each other in high school or anything like
Right.
that. I just thought it was another
Acquainted.
small world
Yeah.
That's
situation.
cool.
Yeah.
I have to tell you a fun story about Grand Junction. I lived there from birth till, and there was like the Mount Garfield, and then like my mom worked at Powderhorn Resort, and I was in the ski troop for my daycare, and so I was like raised
Okay.
as a skier, and then but we lived at one point when I was in like preschool, kindergarten. We lived in this like really rough area, and one day, these two kids came and knocked on our door, and can Christopher come out and play? And they were like, and my mom's like, yeah, just be good and like don't go too far. I'm like, okay, and I go outside. And they're like, hey, hold out your shirt. And so like I held my shirt out, and they dumped a bunch of lava rocks in my shirt.
my
And they're like,
God.
we're having a rock war with the big kid across the street. And so we were hiding behind this car, and I'm holding the shirt with the rocks, and they're jumping out, and they're like throwing rocks across the street at this kid, and he's flying in there. And I remember the kid that I was with, it was a boy and a girl, but the boy was like, it's your turn. And so I took my rock, and as soon as I stepped out, a lava rock was already coming, and I went right in my eye.
Oh,
just
no.
took me out. And then I just remember blood curdling, screaming, and my mom was pissed, and like I go inside, and my eyes all swollen, and my mom apparently went across the street and chewed out the mom, and then when she was telling my stepdad about the situation, the boy who hit me with the rock was hiding in the oven. That's all real.
I mean,
The
if
story
you turn on
sounded
the
crazy
oven,
from the start.
Yeah, and that was it. But that's one of my memories from Grand Junction.
Good old Grand Junction.
Yeah, my grandma was a heliport nurse.
Oh, okay,
so,
cool. Yeah, I saw a family out there and stuff. So,
Yeah. They had a KFC that we'd go to that had a robot arm that would like, you'd go through the drive-through, you place your order, and then you go up to the next window, and there was a wall.
RoboCop.
Yeah. You have 10 seconds
Short
to take your
circuit.
order. Yeah.
Johnny's alive.
But it was like this claw arm would bring your food up and over the wall, and then you would take the food. But there was a robot arm
How
at this
crazy.
KFC in Grand Junction. But
I bet they got rid of that.
I would go to KFC just for that arm.
yeah, no, that's what. Yeah,
I don't even like KFC, but I would be going there just for that
Right.
damn arm.
I love KFC.
yeah. No, I
Popeyes is better though.
Popeyes. You're a Popeyes guy.
Yep.
When I used to eat KFC, it was my last thing I was really into was that Double Down, where like Patton Oswalt
so
talks
good.
about like you burn that's how KFC like planned out like burning your own hands. That's how like it was like crack in a sandwich, but there's no bun. It was
Yeah.
just 2 chicken breasts and bacon and cheese and sauce, and you'd burn yourself. Anyways,
Anywho.
So good.
all right, so let's go in. That's so weird. I felt like I want to
There's
know. Yeah, where did
something,
you? Yeah, we have that in common.
That's
Grand
cool.
Junction. All right. We had talked about this. You brought it up during episode 3 for. Is KAWmedy Krow right behind you? I think.
He was.
hiding.
Between you.
Oh.
Oh, there he is.
Here he is. All right. It's time for KAWspiracy. KAWspiracy. Yeah. What are we going to talk about, KAWmedy Krow? What's today's subject? Subject.
It's a Bigfoot, baby.
Yeah, Bigfoot. You started talking about Bigfoot, and I was like, "Stop it, Raffi! Too many conspiracies at once. We'll talk about it next time." So now it's been 20 episodes. It's episode 20 or 23. Amy's birthday number, which
Yeah.
August 23rd.
Oh, coming up,
Yeah,
girl.
coming around the corner.
The big 4-4.
Oh, 4-4. That's another magical number
So
too.
weird.
Angel
But yeah, it
number.
is an angel number.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
yeah.
right.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Now, for Bigfoot, I recently got on board with Bigfoot. My whole life I was not
Against
about
it?
it
Oh.
until just recently, and I'm being honest. So
What changed your mind?
footage,
Okay,
like actual
yeah.
footage where
And Chris is really particular. I mean, I'm still not on that bandwagon, but Chris is really particular with like videos. Like he'll automatically spot AI. Like, he'll go,
Okay.
that's fake, that's fake, that's fake. So like, I do trust his judgment when it comes to videos.
Yeah.
there's only been a couple videos where I'm like, and then you read the comments and I look up, like I'm trying to find
Mm-hmm.
everything, and there's been 2 I've seen where I'm like, nah, dude,
That checks out.
I think I'm on board. Like there was like somebody actually got a full on head, like a clear,
Yes.
crystal clear, not one of those like grainy shots. It was like it was like the biggest, buffest homeless guy you'd ever seen. Like, but he was like gray skinned,
Yeah.
and he had like gray, black, like hair, and he was sitting there like eating something. And it was like in the woods, and it wasn't like, oh, it's just a guy, Chris. Like there was something different.
It's
This guy was
unexplainable.
huge too, and he was like naked, but like had hair all over him. There was that, and then there was another one where it was the same sort of footage, and like he was knocking, like trees were lifting up and like moving tree, like you see like a full on tree getting pulled out of the ground and moved around, and you don't hear, you look for machinery or whatever,
Yeah.
but. I was like, I don't know, man. I there's so much out there. I'm open now.
But aren't
Yeah.
there like, and I think we've talked about it before, where they're like when you go deep in the woods, maybe there are particular woods somewhere, but when you go deep in the woods, like sometimes you don't come back, and
Yeah.
like there are rangers that say like, yeah, we don't go that far,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, the national forests are like
right.
territories that you
Magical.
can't go.
Yeah.
Why were you so amped about
Yeah.
Bigfoot when we first talked about it? What draws you to it?
Dude, so
I think it's cute.
God damn it. So, I've always been into Bigfoot, but also being a big Joe Rogan fan,
Right.
you listen to just about everything, right? So, Bigfoot was a legitimate creature at one point. I believe it's called Gigantopithecus.
Right.
But also, bears can walk on their 2 legs.
Right. And like circuses and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like a lot of the places where they spot Bigfoot, there's also bears. So like, and think about seeing like a bear walking through a thick forest
On its hind legs.
like, yo, that's going to look like a buff homeless
Especially
dude.
at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Well, I mean,
dusk.
except for like the
Snout though.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. What I saw
If
on
you
this
see it from
video-
behind,
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
But the snout, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But also, how good are you going to be able to see a snout through a thick forest?
Well, yeah. In this case, what I'm referring to, the video I saw that I was like, all right, I think I'm on board. It was blue, sunny day, no shadows, clear shot of his face. I'm like, that's a fucking dude that's not, and he didn't look like, it wasn't like a human guy that's dirty. Like this guy, he was like, had gray skin.
Yeah.
And it was very odd, and it wasn't AI,
Like
and it was
ape, like almost like primate
Yeah,
looking.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
primate. I was
like-
gonna say like, what if he was part of the giants?
Right, it
Or-
was something.
Dude, the giants.
Yeah.
Giants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it, Raffi, you're doing it again. You're gonna have to come back in 20 episodes, and we'll talk about giants. Jesus.
I prefer aliens.
You do that too.
Oh my God, you're like making yourself come back on the show.
Every 20
Yeah,
episodes.
Jesus.
Planting these
I'm going to be the
seeds.
reoccurring guest, motherfuckers.
What do you think about Bigfoot? Like,
Oh, I totally believe in Bigfoot.
yeah.
Yeah.
What makes
So
you
what?
believe?
What was your guiding light?
Just videos, just like you said, how you were saying. There's just, I mean, I can't point out AI or anything like that, but I've seen the same video you're talking about where it's just clear as fucking day, and there's no there's no other answer for it other than, yeah, that has to be it, you know?
Right.
And I think there are plenty of creatures out there that are a lot fucking smarter than us and don't want to be found, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know. We're open to it.
I'm open to it all.
It's all for entertainment purposes. And hey, Bigfoot, if you're listening,
We support you.
We support you.
Or leave you alone.
Have you guys ever had any kind of experiences where you came across anything weird in the woods or met somebody?
Yeah.
I wish. No.
Yeah.
We had a different experience.
Yeah. No, I've spent time in the woods in Georgia when I was a kid, and then coming, in Yosemite, Andy and I bumped into a strange fellow, and we hung out with him for a little bit, and
Oh,
yeah, it was
yeah.
like
But he was. I don't.
he was
think
just a stoner.
He was just a stoner.
Yeah, but but you're like, okay, it's we're gonna go.
Yeah.
It's time to take off, man. It's not
Thanks
very
for the
nice. Yeah, thanks for the
conversation.
There was one time in a rough patch in my life. I gave, after a comedy show at Flappers, I gave a hitchhiker a ride home, and on the way home, I was like, "This was a bad
He
idea."
didn't mature yet.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You weren't 25 yet?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 25.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No, I just wasn't happy. So I was like, I don't
right.
care. And I was driving a beat up Honda Civic. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a ride home, man. It's fine. And then he was just going on, and I started getting a little like, okay, I'm just gonna keep downshifting, and then we'll get this guy home quick. And he was, but yeah, there's weird people out there for sure. And
I can tell you some fucking stories.
okay, well let's hear your best one, your favorite. How about that? Your favorite? Yeah, take the microphone.
So,
Don't grasp on too hard.
God damn, dude. Yeah, I know there's going to be a picture, especially after this story.
Grabbing it like his own cock.
When I used to panhandle a lot when I
Okay.
was younger. So, like, we didn't really have a lot of fucking money. And at one point, like, my parents kind of got on drugs, but that's neither here nor there. I was fucking panhandling, and I saw this dude legitimately go up to this, like, one of my buddies who was like panhandling with me, and he told him how fucking good looking he was, and he was like, "Hey man, I will fucking pay you if you let me blow you." My buddy's like, comes up to me and he's like, "Dude, this dude just legitimately asked me this, and this," and I was like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "I'm gonna go get some money, dude." I was like, "No way, dude, really?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "But unfortunately, like I said, I was a bad kid." So he told me, he goes, where he was gonna take the dude, and we ended up with, like, he ended up telling him, "Yeah, let's go." And went over by Main Street Park, and we ended up jumping the dude and robbing him.
Oh my god! Was it during the blowjob?
No,
that you
so the
robbed
thing
him?
is that's how we got him to pull his wallet out, is because he told him, he's like, "You're not gonna do it until you pay me." So once he pulled his wallet out, he fucking punched him, and then I came in, opened the door, pulled him out.
Yeah.
He grabbed the wallet, and we took off running.
Wow, this
Whoa.
is like a scene from the movie Monster.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I was a fucking wild kid,
Yeah,
dude.
no, yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
You can
It's
edit that
okay.
out if you want.
No, you didn't timestamp it, so we're safe.
Well, I was actually a minor too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a minor at the time.
All right. Yeah. No. Thank you for the story. That was wonderful.
I thought this was gonna have to be
Yeah.
have to do with Bigfoot,
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
We really strayed
You
from
should-
that.
not someone else's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have just said, yeah, my buddy was going to get a blowjob from Bigfoot. And, he ended up jumping us.
I thought we were talking about weird people.
Yeah, no, it's all
I mean, that's a weird situation.
Yeah.
Sure. Woo.
Yeah.
That's so scary. I don't know.
Oh yeah, scary times. I love scary stuff. It's what keeps us pumping. Like, Amy's not the scary movie.
Not
type.
usually. I like
I'm
psychological.
with Amy on that one.
Yeah, I don't like
like
torture.
torture.
I don't like torture.
I don't like-
torture.
Okay,
I don't like the R word. I don't like.
I'm into torture. Like I like the torture part, but I don't
Weird.
like supernatural shit. That's what freaks me out.
See, I
Really?
like
I
like
could do that.
and I like supernatural stuff.
I could
Yeah,
do
I love
that.
the
If
supernatural.
anyone is being tortured, very,
Cartel.
very, very uncomfortable, like
Okay.
torture
Yeah.
of
against
any
their
kind.
No,
will.
absolutely.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Cartel videos are kind of my shit.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I love like mob movie. I mean,
well, yeah.
like Casino.
Yeah, not
cetera.
Rotten.com or Faces of Death or
Faces
whatever.
of Death.
Yeah,
oh my
I'll
god.
take Faces of Meth.
Documenting reality.
Faces of Meth
so
over
rough.
Faces of Death.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah. Instead of Faces of Death, I'll just watch people at Walmart.com.
Walmart. I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, that's my jam.
You ever follow that Instagram page Tweaking on the Weekend?
No.
Oh my
Where did
god,
you find that
dude,
out?
it's so funny.
Send it to me.
Yeah, I
wanna
will.
see
I will.
this.
It's fucking awesome.
That's hilarious.
Tweaking on the Weekend, and
Yeah.
then there's the what's the other one, dude? It's for I think it's use a fool for that or something
Okay.
or what's up? I don't know what it is, but it's like it's a bunch of like it's Hispanic. It's like the same thing for Tweaking on the Weekend, but for Hispanics.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know the Spanish, the underground Spanish video scene is like really hardcore.
Yeah,
they don't mess around. So yeah, I'm like, if I start hearing a lot of Spanish, and I'm like, I can start getting a little uncomfortable. Like, Mexico is. Now, did you live in? Are you from Mexico?
So my dad is born and raised. I was born in Santa Ana, but when I was, I think, 9 months, or maybe I was a year, I moved out to Mexico City, Mexico, and I lived out there.
Yeah, you were telling us that.
Yeah, I lived out there till so from 92 to 99, I was in Mexico.
Nice.
I actually just took her there for her first time.
Mexico City?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Loved it. Can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? I've had some Mexico water scares. I've experienced it enough where I'm
Yeah.
a little parent. I'm scared.
I was completely fine the entire time.
You drank like water bottles or what?
So like if we went out to a restaurant, like you don't get water, you get like if you don't get a beer, you get juice pretty much. Like
Yeah,
or
like a
flavored
agua
water.
fresca.
Flavored water.
Okay.
But like back at the house, like his abuelita has like those gallon waters that you get the spout out of.
Gotcha.
So it's just being careful not ordering water at restaurants type of
Right.
thing.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I got deathly ill. It
Yeah.
was horrible.
I can imagine. That was one of my biggest fears going out there was because I'm a water fiend. I love my water. And not having access to that was scaring me. But
Yeah.
every time I needed it, it was there. So
Okay.
Just bottled water.
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I think I already asked it. You don't speak Spanish.
No,
correct?
but going out there, I figured out I could understand a lot more than what I thought I could. So we'd all be sitting at the table with his family, and a lot of them don't speak any English. But I was able to keep up. I look at him, I'm like, oh, we're talking about this, and he's like, yeah. He's like, how'd you figure that out?
Yeah.
So,
You're like, they're talking
It's
about me again.
immersive learning. That's so cool.
but I don't have a tongue for languages. I don't know how to get that accent right. I've seriously have tried. He thinks I just fuck around because I'll be like, oh, donde está? Like reading the, pamphlet card
Yeah.
of something, you know, like, but
It's a Grand Junction.
yeah,
thing.
it is.
That's another skit there, dude, where she tries to fucking read me this menu in Spanish, and I'm losing my fucking mind.
So at least it's legs
Do you feel
shaking.
offended? Yeah. Feel sweating.
Ay, Lucy, ¿cómo puedes hacer esto?
But no, I would love to learn. I would like to go back out and actually like know the language and surprise his family, because I got along with a lot of his aunts out there.
Right.
And we were translating, like if he wasn't in the room, we were translating with the phone translation app. And it doesn't do a good job.
Oh.
You know?
Right.
Did you use Google?
Yeah, it does not translate it well at all.
Oh.
At all.
We were
I'm like, that's not what anybody was trying to say right now.
Amy and I were recently at a convention, and there was a guest speaker that was I think he was Chinese, but
Yeah, I think he was Chinese.
Yeah, he
Okay.
I think he was actually from like Beijing.
and he was
Strangely.
I was recording the convention, and I had Google has a recorder app, and it does live transcription, and I use that for when I do stand up.
Yeah.
And so like I can like copy and paste into my notes and like do from my sets. Anyway, so I was doing it. We were doing live and he was speaking English. But I was doing live transcript, but it was so broken English that
it was very heavy accent.
Google was filling in its own gaps of
that's
what
cool.
it thought he was saying, and it was like psycho stuff.
We were
like,
about to fall asleep because we were so it
was a long convention.
And we're just reading this and laughing our ass off.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest shit.
I have it on. I still have it, so I want to make a video showing
That'd be
what,
fucking
because you can
great.
hear him speaking. You could see what Google thought he was saying.
I would definitely watch
and
that.
it's off the charts, psycho stuff.
Definitely
Like,
watch that.
very
Yes.
fun. But yeah, I think it would be really cool to see you both do a duet somehow, some way.
Would love that.
The sooner, remember, the sooner you start, the easier it'll get. But the longer you wait, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
You should do it though.
I know.
Yeah.
I just get so much anxiety with anything to do with a stage, you
Right.
know? So
I'm always scared.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
such a pansy. I'm like, I have a full on little mini panic attack before going up there. I have to like hype
Mm-hmm.
myself up, like, okay, you're gonna go up, you're gonna do good. And like,
It's such a mindset because, like I'm a super introvert, but I've had to really, really work on, and sometimes it's I have days where it's just like really, really bad,
yeah, no, definitely.
and then sometimes it's just not. But it's definitely the mind. It's like working on yourself,
Yeah.
and being confident with yourself, because once you're confident with yourself, nothing else matters that's
Yeah.
in front of you.
Yeah.
Only you matter.
And
It's
that's what
weird.
I'm trying so hard to work on right now, too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I crave that confidence that these people have on stage. I'm so envious of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just feel like I'm up there. I'm like, okay, so anyways, I'm like, I want that, I don't know, that cool
That
personality.
cool, like to be
I'm
cool
like,
and to be
cool.
yeah. When people when comedians are on stage and
Yeah.
they look so relaxed and like they're just talking to their best
I'm
friend.
like, how do you do it? It's like a superpower to me.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea.
I would have to agree that it's
So,
a superpower.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it. Like you're figuring it out.
I'm getting there, yeah.
Every superhero movie the superhero always sucks in the beginning.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so you're working.
I'm getting there then.
Right.
Yeah.
Where
you
I'm
just
on
have to
track.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
just do it. Just
Starting
keep doing
anything
it.
is like starting.
That's like the most fucking realest shit you've ever
Yeah,
said,
for
bro.
real.
Oh, okay. Well, you haven't been around me enough.
She
I'm
heard
gonna get that
conversation.
tattooed.
Yeah.
Except for Goku. Goku never sucked.
Yeah, no, he'll lose and he grows from it and he comes back stronger.
He always
Yeah, and that's
trains.
what again, like no, he loses but he's happy about it. He's like that was a good fight.
Yeah.
And he comes back even stronger cuz he learned from it. And that's what stand up or anything that you put your mind to, you can do
Definitely.
it. Yeah.
Bombing.
Yeah, bombing is okay.
Bomb all the time.
I love like
Learn
when I'm
all the time.
I'm sure you've seen me eat it up there where I'm up there and I'm like, oh, let's all soak this in together right
That's the
now."
funny part, though. Like it'll be like you are bombing, but then you just like something takes over where you just say something so silly, dude, and then you get everybody.
It's the
on
fight or
your side.
flight. Yeah.
And you have such a cool way of marinating in your bombing. Like
Oh.
as weird as that sounds,
No,
like
I get it.
like-
That's a really good description.
you're just like so okay with
You're
it.
comfortable with
And
it.
you're just like, yep, so we're just gonna stare at each other now and you're gonna fucking like it, you know? Like and I love
and then
that.
you bring up your junk, dude, and then that's the silly part of it, dude. Like,
Yeah,
it's so
something.
funny.
No, it's really cool. I really respect
Oh.
your comedy and everything. It's really awesome to watch. And then it's really cool to see
Fuck whoever says you're not funny, dude.
Oh, okay.
And it's really cool to see it from like when I've only known you for about not even or a little over a year now,
Yeah.
you know. But it's cool to see how you've grown as well,
Right.
You know,
Yeah, well, I mean, you're watching me grow as a host.
yeah,
And that's why it's fun. Like when I think you guys told me one time at the Derbies, I did a spot.
yeah.
And you were like, I've never seen you perform outside of hosting. And you're actually all right. And I'm like, thanks. Yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hosting is, I do. I'm literally marinating up there
Yeah.
because like I'm soaking wet. Like I feel the sweat rolling down,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, yeah, come on, you guys can smell me, can't you? Like this is good. I like fear, and like
It's like you have to so think of a black and white, yin and yang. The opposite of you is other. If you take everything like shit like this, people that talk shit, whatever it is, you embrace it.
Yeah.
If you embrace it, it becomes, it's like empowering.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I love, it's not a quote by Danny Elfman, but Danny Elfman, do you guys know Danny? Okay. Sorry. Just want to make sure.
from
Before I continue.
Tim Burton composer.
Before I continue, I love him so much, but, he had an interview and it was a similar concept where, because he got a lot of slack because he wasn't a composer.
Yeah.
But yet he composed like Batman, right? Like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, et cetera, et cetera. And
Edward
he said
Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, all of it.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like over like 100 movies. But he said the
Oingo
same thing.
boingo.
He got so much slack
Yeah.
that he was just like, I love it.
Yeah.
It feels so like, it's not his exact words, but it's like, that's how what you got from the conversation when he was just like, no, I just totally embrace it and it's mine. It's like, I love it. I feed off of it. So I always keep that in mind. And I think I don't know, it's helpful.
For me, the shit talking really does feed me too. But only when it comes from the people that I thought loved me. You know what I mean? Like it's like the people that are supposed to support me and they talk shit about what I'm doing. Those are the people that fuel me the most. If that makes sense, because I want to prove them wrong more than anybody. I don't give a fuck what some asshole on the internet says, you know. But like the fact that you actually know me deep to my core, and you're like, "Yeah, bro, I don't think this is for you," and it's like, okay, dude.
Who is one to say something is not for you?
Right.
So
You know what I
weird.
mean? That's what it's like. It's like even one of the dudes like, dude, a lot of people thought that you wouldn't gonna be a good dad. Now look at you. You have 2 kids and you're killing it, dude. Like
Yeah.
everybody learns, everybody grows.
We're all learning at the same time together. We're all
That's what
if
we
you're
all
alive,
have in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all trying to figure this out together and to
This simulation theory.
We're all in it.
Yeah.
We're all in it together.
you and
Here we go.
yeah.
Episode. Here was another 20 episodes.
Yeah. We're all trying to figure this out, but we're also trying to like I want to do it my way.
Yeah.
And pave my own, I don't want to sound like another comic, and I like to watch other performers. I'm always watching stand up and I'm admiring them, and when I watch another comic, I'm like, oh man, that reminds me of this one memory I have, and then like it inspires me to write, but I'm not like copycatting I'm gonna do it the way they do it,
Yeah.
because I'm not them.
It's all whatever lens you want to
Right.
put on.
And
you know?
anytime other comics try to, like, when they're like, oh, I want to be, I'm going to do my stand up the way this other comic sounds, then you sound like you're trying to be like this other comic.
Yeah.
Like, be you.
Yeah.
Be yourself. And
that's the most important part, dude.
Right.
Because if you're not yourself, and that's like a lot of the other comics even talk about how like, oh, you could hear how in the beginning people tried to sound like Kinnison, people tried to sound like
Mitch Hedberg
Dangerfield,
and-
Hedberg, for sure.
You know what I mean? And it's like, if like look at the real outliers right now. Like who sounds like Andrew Schultz? Who sounds like fucking Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan? Fucking
those are
they're their own person. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is if you look at it as that everyone is completely different from the other. Every comedian, entrepreneur, whatever, is completely different from the other. If you are yourself, you are the brand.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Just be yourself and you'll be more likable.
There's this new comic that just hit the scenes on Kill Tony called Drew Nickens. I don't know if you guys follow.
He's got
Kill
long
Tony.
curly hair.
Yeah, kind of. He looks a little
Skinny?
crazy.
They gave him the buzzer thing or something, right? Or it was an award. Like, he's got a hat. Does he have a hat on?
No,
usually?
no.
I'm thinking of somebody different.
Yeah, so
My bad.
this dude is the new, like, if you bomb on Kill Tony, he comes out after you to, like, bring up the crowd.
Oh,
but he's so funny, and that's one thing that he always talks about. He's like, dude, I'm just out here having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, if you're not having fun, you're not going to be doing real comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So just be yourself.
Yeah.
You know? And
Right.
that's
good.
like, if you actually watch this motherfucker, like, that's why I grew to like him, because it's like he really is who he is off stage, on stage. Like, on stage, what you see on stage is what you get off stage. I haven't even met the motherfucker, but I can already tell you that's how it is.
That's mad respect. I love that.
I've learned that I'm, other than being born in Grand Junction and being a weirdo, but being ambidextrous, I think, has something to do with me not fitting in with.
You give
I'm
off ambidextrous.
Are you a Gemini
vibes.
by chance?
I'm not. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very ambidextrous, and so I don't fit in on one side or the other.
Yeah.
And so I've always had a hard time fitting in with people, but I've strived to, moving a lot when I was a kid. I always wanted to try to fit in, make friends, but then like people were like, "That he's gay, he's gay, dude." Like, I'd get jumped or whatever, and like,
Yeah.
People reflect. They're like, people are like mirrors, man.
Yeah, 100%.
But
They just reflect
yeah.
exactly what they see in themselves. So.
I never got jumped by anybody left-handed. What's up with that?
You've really monitored that. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ask them before or after they jumped?
No,
you?
I just knew
I'm
by
gonna
that
have to
right
use the
hook.
bathroom.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And the right. It was always a right hook that came in. I was like, oh, he's not left-handed. Yeah.
Add that to the score sheet.
Now, as Raffi cleanses himself,
He only went through 6 beers.
Yeah.
Only 6, so.
yeah, that's like one of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it though?
I mean,
Is it?
more. He has more ounces.
Yeah.
But, are you going to be at Solaris this Monday?
It will be, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of big stuff. August is probably going to be our busiest for comedy entertainment shows. Tomorrow is August 1st, and when this comes out, you'll have seen it, but I made a new reel that has all the. I'm rolling out a new monthly newsletter video.
Oh, how cool!
So with KAWmedy Krow, and Amy's been doing the voiceovers. It's been going fantastic. I still want to like throw in KAWmedy Krow every once in a while.
Yeah.
This latest one, he sounds a little. What was
Like
it?
he's choking on a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I mean, he gets choked all the time. But
He's choking on a hand. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
the hand that was on your dick.
Yeah. There you go. KAWmedy Krow.
Silly guy.
goose. Yes. Silly crow. But yeah, we've got August 31st is at the Mason Jar in Menifee.
Oh, okay.
Peter is hosting that one. It'll be our first Crow Fights, which is a roast battle.
Oh, that'll be so much
through
fun.
Comedy Entertainment called Crow Fights.
Yeah.
That's on August 31st at the Mason Jar, and then September 15th we'll be doing our first Crow Fights Sunday show at Solaris.
Okay.
And
How do you sign up for that?
it's we're still it's right now it's still in rough, or we're in we're figuring out the because it's what is it called when not a tier system but a bracket.
Yeah.
We're doing a bracket system, and it's all leading up to the Comedy Fest.
Okay.
So we're gonna for the next Comedy Fest there will be a Crow Fights finals and a comedy
Comedy competition.
So we're bringing in, but Crow Fights is the new adventure that we're mixing into it. Yeah.
That's right. It's gonna catch on.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then I won't say what it is, but we have one more big secret show that will be coming. I'm guessing it'll be February. We've got a secret thing that I've never seen anybody do before. But we've got all kinds of big plans coming up. But August is a big one.
Okay.
September is a big. We've got a plethora of shows. So stick around. Follow us on Instagram. Raffi,
Wild.
Maddie, where can everybody find you on social media? We have both of your pages are on the big screen right here. Are you both Instagram
Yeah.
mainly?
Yep. So oops_wrong_Maddie.
And I'm Raffi 00420 Undercover Stoner.
Cool, right on. And then any shows or anywhere, where can everybody find you? Like live?
Solaris on Monday nights, and then Derbies on Tuesday nights.
Nice, Monday and Tuesday.
And I actually just got gifted the hosting position at Derbies, so I'll be
Nice.
hosting every Tuesday open mic.
All right.
And then also I'll be doing their anniversary show with Corey and Chad, the Smash Brothers, in
Nice.
October.
All right.
So,
That'll
super
be
excited.
the 11
Post
year?
it.
I think it's
Post
11
it.
years.
Yep.
Yeah. I was on the 10-year one, the last
right.
one.
The last- yeah.
Yeah, it's always Corey and Chad, they bring they've got a following and
They do.
Yeah, I think that was the show where we saw you actually do stand up for the first time.
Yeah, for
'Cause-
you.
Yeah. Well, because like I met you in June of last year was the first time I actually did stand up again for the first time, and stand up again for the however many time.
Right.
But I met you then, and then like I said, I had always just seen you host,
Right.
and then I got to see you at Derbies, and
For
you did
Corey
an
and Chad.
actual fucking set,
Yeah.
dude, and brought the fucking fire.
Thank you.
I think I was actually, I didn't even get to sit in the back for that one. I was actually in the audience for
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's fun. I prefer performing versus hosting.
Yeah.
Hosting is, but you grow a lot, and that's congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hosting is where, and I highly recommend if you ever get a chance, if you both of you especially, if you can get into an improv group like Corey Coogan's in an improv group. I did an improv group for 4 to 5 years, and after I did that, I got into host. I was like more into hosting. I wasn't so scared, but. Yeah, do it. Do all that. Amy, where can everybody, anything you want to put out there to the internet?
Girl, it's the usual. Just my Instagram. I haven't been too active. It's been pretty crazy, but Shades of Despair, and my website for my art at www.abyssicreveries.com. That's my mains.
Yeah.
That's my mains.
And then you can find us both on Not So Funny Podcast. We got more stuff coming. We've just been so busy, but we are not forgetting about Not So Funny. It is there. It's happening. We believe in the product.
We're definitely calculating exactly what our next step is. So
The Not So Funny Podcast, that's where you do you massage and do a podcast.
massage and feed the guests.
Yeah, Amy cooks and I'm massaging, and we're both interviewing at the same time. And then it's a big production. And then at the end, we eat together. Is that mukbang? Call back to the
Mukbang. There we
mukbang.
go.
Yeah, we'll do that
That's
together.
trippy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can find me. Actually, this will air after, but I'm performing this Friday in Tustin for Matt Belaker with a very strong lineup. I'm very excited to be a part of it. Johnny Mitchell is going to be on that lineup with, I don't know if you know who Johnny Mitchell is, but he roasted the shit out of me at 3rd Street Live years ago, and I'll never forget. And now he's got one of the biggest, fastest growing channels for comedians on like Instagram. He talks about the cartel, which is another callback. Yeah, that's his whole thing. He went to jail and like has these stories. But look up Johnny Mitchell. We'll be catching up with him this Friday, and then the rest of August we're packed out. So follow us and on YouTube, subscribe, comment, let Raffi and Maddie know what you think about them, or me, or Amy, or KAWmedy Krow, whatever. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Peace.